the New York Knicks, every NBA fan's favorite punching bag. For a better part of the last 20 years, they've been pretty horrible. And although things are starting to look up with their current team, headlined by Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and Mitchell Robinson, they haven't had many bright spots in the last fifth of a century. 2010 to 2013 was looking promising, with a team featuring guys like Carmelo Anthony, Amare Stoudemire, Tyson Chandler, J.R. Smith, Jeremy Lin, Raymond Felton, and Iman Shumpert. The 2012-13 team also had some older veterans, such as Jason Kidd, as well as Marcus Camby, Kenyon Martin, and Rasheed Wallace for about 20 games each. The farthest those teams got was a second-round exit, and the Knicks haven't been back to the playoffs since. However, in the midst of the mediocrity the Knicks have been wallowing in, there was one team that looked to do great things but never went anywhere. That team was the 2016-17 New York Knicks. Coming off a season where the Knicks yet again finished bottom three in the East, they looked to build around an aging Melo while they still could, as well as build around rising star Kristaps Porzingis. So, they got to work. Their first move was to sign Jeff Hornacek as head coach. The Knicks had fired Derek Fisher mid-season the year before, and looked to go with someone who had actual head coaching experience. Their next move was their biggest. On June 22, 2016, they acquired Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls. They sent over Robin Lopez, Jose Calderon, Jerian Grant, and received Rose, Justin Holiday, and a 2017 second-round pick. After many injury-riddled seasons, Rose played 66 games in the 15-16 season and was a little disappointing, only averaging 16.4 points and 4.7 assists. However, the Knicks were looking to build a contender, and he was just what they needed. Their next big moves were to sign Joakim Noah to a 4-year, $72 million contract and Courtney Lee to a 4-year, $48 million contract. Noah's contract, even at the time, was an extreme overpay. He was clearly on the decline and only averaged 4.3 points, 8.8 rebounds, and only 1 block in the season prior, and was nowhere near his 2013-14 Defensive Player of the Year campaign. Lee was also an overpay, as the season before he only averaged 9.6 points per game. Other minor moves they made were signing Mindauskas Kuzminskis from Europe, draft and stash Willie Hernan-Gomez came to the NBA, and they re-signed Lance Thomas. Despite all the moves, many major news outlets and fans alike expected the Knicks to disappoint, and they weren't wrong. They actually started their season pretty decently, getting off to a 16-13 start. However, that would be the peak of their season. From there on out, the losses started piling up. Around the time of their initial losing streak, a big story broke. Amidst all of the losing, Derrick Rose supposedly had a family issue back home in Chicago, and he did not tell the Knicks, so they had no idea where he was. He only missed 1 game, but it was one of the many failures from that season. However, the biggest failure of them all was easily Noah's contract. That season, he only played 46 games, only averaging 5 points, 9 rebounds, and once again, only 1 block. However, it got even worse. In March of that season, he was suspended 20 games for violating the league's anti-drug policy, and that suspension carried over into the 17-18 season. He only played 7 games that season and was waived at the beginning of the 18-19 season. The only positive to come out of this season was that Kristaps Porzingis really started to come into his own, averaging 18.1 points and 7.2 rebounds. Anyways, that's what happened to the 2016-17 New York Knicks. A team destined for greatness turned out to be a colossal failure. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe for more sports content.
For more creative, informative, and high-quality sports content, make sure to follow Phenom on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as all of the Phenom podcast channels for each sport. The link tree in the episode description includes a direct link to all of the aforementioned platforms, so click on that to access everything. Phenom boasts a team of over 100 youth contributors from around the world, covering every sport on every media platform. If you are interested in potentially joining the Phenom team as a writer or content creator, send an email to cole@phenommedia.net showing your interest. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow the channel. We really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.